So we had stopped on artificial sweeteners. So their mode of action for them sweeteners, they interact with the sweet and taste receptors. Remember that the function of sweeteners is to add sweetness to food without introducing extra calories. So for them, they interact, to do that, they will interact strongly with taste receptors and sweet receptors on tongues, so that they provide sweetness but with minimal calories. Then we also have artificial preservatives. Remember, we had some examples of natural preservatives such as sodium chloride. So here the artificial preservatives include sodium benzoate, sodium nitrite, and it's the same role. They prevent food spoilage. So how do they do this? They inhibit bacterial activities such as bacterial synthesis, bacterial multiplication, DNA replication, among others. So they inhibit microbial growth, lower pH inside microbial cells, and slow down chemical reactions of bacterial activities. So they are mainly linked to preventing the work of bacterial mainly they are mainly linked to preventing the work of bacterial organisms. Then we also have colorants, artificial colorants, or commonly known as food colors. So these are triphenyl compounds or azo compounds, which are organic compounds. So it's the same purpose as we saw for natural food additives. Their role is to give food attractive appeal. They give food attractive appeal. So they improve visual appeal by mimicking natural flavor. It's like mimicking. It's like they try to camouflage. They try to suppress. Yeah, they try to improve on these natural flavors. Yeah, they try to suppress them, or they try to replace them. They try to change them, to change their visual appeal. Yeah, that is the function of food colors. So, and this is how they act. That is their mode of action. They mimic natural flavors. Then we also have synthetic flavoring agents, as we saw for natural flavor, for natural food additives. We have natural flavoring agents. So here we also have artificial flavoring agents. So they include aspartame. Aspartame, we also saw that it is a sweetener. Then we also have monosodium glutamate, and it's the same role. They will maintain or improve flavor, aroma, and taste of food. So how do they do that? Their mode of action is kind of similar to the one of sweeteners. If you recall, we have said that sweeteners interact with sweet receptors on tongues, hence adding sweetness but with minimal calories. So it's kind of the same mode of action. Flavoring agents also will interact with taste receptors on tongues, so that flavor is introduced, so that flavor is added onto something that is being swallowed or taken in. Then we also have antioxidants. Antioxidants, that for them, their role, just as the name sounds, antioxidants, for them, they prevent oxidation that prevents acidity. Yeah, so they try to maintain the freshness of food so that it does not become acid, so that acidity is prevented. So oxidation is like when air, I'm going to give you a simple example of how these things do. So when air passes through, for example, when it goes through daddies, or when it goes through meat, when it goes through biscuit, such things, after some time, they will lose their freshness. How? You will swallow that thing that has which hair has gone through when some of the substances have been clumped together. For example, biscuit. You swallow it, but you realize that substance, all the ingredients have been clumped together. So that's oxidation. It has been oxidized. Oxygen has been added to it. So it's not now fresh. Some nutrients have been lost. Discoloration can also occur. So antioxidants, for them, they prevent such activities by donating hydrogen. So for them, they prevent oxidation. So if they prevent oxidation, then they have to have some kind of some mode of acting as reducing agents. So reducing agents add hydrogen. So for them, they donate hydrogen to free radicals, preventing oxidation of fats or any other ingredients. Then we also have emulsifiers and thickeners such as CMC, carboxymethyl cellulose. They improve texture and maintain uniformity of food. Their mode of action, they act by lowering surface tension. So they maintain a uniform mixture. They maintain a uniform mixture of immiscible substances, say oil and water, by reducing surface tension. So those are some of the major artificial food additives that you can find on the market. We started with sweeteners. Sweeteners, don't forget that sweeteners, for them, they add sweetness to food without introducing extra calories. We also have preservatives that prevent food spoilage. We have food colors that give food attractive appeal. We have flavoring agents that improve aroma, food taste, etc., etc. Then we have antioxidants. They prevent oxidation of food materials. Emulsifiers maintain uniformity of the food mixture. So those are the two categories of food additives. We have the natural food additives and natural food additives which are synthesized from plants, minerals, or animals. Then we also have synthetic food additives that are synthesized chemically in the lab from organic substances. So at school we shall look at how some of these things can be assessed by taking a look at some of the past mock papers, how chemicals in consumers are assessed in the new lower secondary school curriculum. So as for now, I'll stop there and I'll advise you to note this down, but you also try to read through so that you comprehend. I don't want you to just necessarily write them down, but also try to comprehend some of this stuff. Yeah, so as for now, I stop here.